I'm so excited. I'm excited. The 34th crystal is Amethyst, my very, very favorite. When I first started this path, one of my friends told me, "You have amethyst in your third eye," and it was kismet from there. So this is a very full circle moment. Amethyst is the 34th crystal, and the dragon that is accompanying this crystal is the dragon of philosophy. Oh my goodness. And it's number 25, which is number 7, right? The philosopher, right? So we're going to tap into the art of meditation, and that is going to help us to become the philosophers of our times, right? And philosophy is all about mindset and ideology, I think. When I think of philosophy, I think of, well, what is the person's reasoning? What is their ideology? What is their awareness? What is their mindset? What is their structure almost. So what are they basing all of these ideas upon, right? It's the philosophies guide our lives, right? So we have moments of stillness, and we go into meditation to build this mental structure for ourselves that we allow ourselves to flow through, because everything starts in the mind, right? Amethyst is that stone, and we are in the season of Newt. What is above us? The cosmic energy. I was making notes all weekend, tapping into the Virgo energy and the Pisces energy, and from the Kemet calendar or the African calendar, we look at it from a Gab and Newt perspective. From the solar biology, if we go even higher, you can look at it from a Pita and a Moon perspective. And the Pita, a Moon, and Newt perspectives are the windows that I was looking through this weekend, right? I was tapping into that philosophy. And there's some really interesting stuff and synchronicity that's coming through with the cards. Even the solar biology, when we speak of solar biology, Pita's solar biology is number 3. Moon's solar biology is number 9, right? So we have, when I saw that, I was like, 369 code. And here it is, the card, one of the cards that I pulled, the 36 card, right? That ascended master. Also, this whole season is guided by Newt, right? Who is Newt? Newt is the night sky, right? Represents our past, our future, as well as the relationship with the night sky and the earth. And that's where Gab and Newt come in, because Gab is the earth, right? So we have the earth and that sky, and that energy, that pure energy between those realms. So the dragon, for the philosopher dragon, came out, which is perfect, and amethyst came out, which is beautiful, right? So as we are in this beautiful Virgo season, right, and we're tapping into to Newt, is being guided, this whole Virgo Pisces energy. Virgo is one half of it, one half of the cusp, but the Pisces is the other half. The Virgo and Pisces, they are counterparts, right? Spiritual and physical. So as we go through this Virgo season, we can look at it we can look at it with this Geb Newt perspective, earth and sky, right? And we can bridge. We are the bridge between earth and sky, right? So we can bridge ourselves. We can make ourselves the bridge between the earth and the sky through attuning, right? We can attune into Pita, which is one of the highest guardians, right? So that's why we tap into the priestess and the priest, right? The high priestess, right? Tapping into our higher selves, coming into more structure through our spiritual expansion, right? That's what the amethyst is all about, your spiritual expansion. So one of the things I'm going to do too, every time I go into a new octave through the crystal clear journey, I try to bring these crystal messages in a different way. I'm inspired to see, okay, well, let me see how I can maybe do it differently, this octave differently. And with all of these cards, I pull out from the decks once I see which crystal and which dragon is there. So one of the things I'm guided to do with this amethyst exploration is to actually focus on each of these cards individually for the next 10 days, because there are 10 cards that are just screaming to me, and I am curious to see what these messages are, especially because it's the message of meditation, right? And tapping into the night sky, right? Tapping into the constellations. It actually says, let's read a little bit from the philosopher. He says, you should follow that which you seek with your heart. He says, one is never too old or too young to learn. Set your sights high and reach for the stars, for you have much to gain from and to reveal to your learning partners, right? So he is telling us to look to Newt. Look to the sky, to the stars, connect to them, meditate with them. I did something last night, and this tapping into the sky really message has come into me since the full moon. I'm always feeling that the waters are calling me, and I was feeling that, and finally I went to the waters to capture the full moon, and there was no moon. I couldn't see it. And I stayed out there. I stayed out there for about 2 or 3 hours, and I think about 2 hours. And finally, I could see the sky. And Spirit said to me, or I said to me, it was the cosmic waters calling you. It was the stars. It wasn't the ocean, and I think of the sky as cosmic waters, right? So it was the cosmic waters calling me, not the physical waters, not the waters, not the ocean. And I spent the night. I spent about an hour just tapping into, just looking at the stars, and stargazing, right? And I haven't done that in so long, and I used to do that all the time. I used to wake up 2 o'clock in the morning and go outside and just stare at the stars and look at the stars. So, and I even did a camp out. That was in 2021, right? I was guided to go sleep under the stars. And I did that, and that was nice. So, with this full moon and the turning of the season, yes, the night sky newt has definitely been speaking to me. And even yesterday, last night, I went back out there and I tapped into the stars, and I just had a nice little channeling from one of the stars, and I'll bring that message forth in the videos as we explore amethyst and meditation and tapping into, expanding our mindsets and going into our higher selves, our next phases, right? And doing that with the cosmos, with the planets, with the stars, getting that guidance from our highest celestial beings, right? But giving ourselves this chance to rise and to transmute with the violet flame. We can't talk about the amethyst without speaking and mentioning the violet flame, right? So this is a path. This is a flame path as opposed to a ray, right? But this is the purple frequency, right? This is the path of the priestess. This is the path of the ascended masters, right? Transmutation, transmuting to come into our higher selves, right? And we do it through the art of meditation and the beautiful amethyst crystals that have come into my world, and I've loved them up. I've loved them up so much. So here we are. The 34th crystal message is amethyst, and I really think it's the rainbow of the mind, that the rainbow of the mind is meditation. I think that's what this rainbow code is. The rainbow of the mind is meditation. And Newt, like I said, Newt is the sky, but as above, so below. And when we tap into the seventh chakra, it's the amethyst that we use. We're tapping into our mindsets, right? And we're tapping into our crown, right? We're tapping into our highest self, right? So as we go through these challenges in life, it really is an initiations into more clarity and into more structure and into us finding the gold within ourselves. And who is Newt? Because as above, as below, Newt actually represents the mind, right? So it is the sky above, but that sky above is representing and a reflection of your mind, all right? And that's why we say your heaven, some people say your heavens is your mindset. It's all in your mind. So we're going to have a beautiful Virgo season. We're going to be tapping into Amethyst and bring forth all of these messages. And for 10 days, I will bring forth these crystal tones so we can breathe and meditate. We're going to have 10 days of meditation. We're not going to rush it. We're going to have 10 days of meditation with the amethyst. So pull out your amethyst crystals and please join me on this 34th crystal message of meditation and the mind.